Alright, well, as you can hear, one of the issues I still have is this humming noise that I encounter several places across the band, and I don't think that's normal. I think I'm getting a little bit of an oscillation from something, so I've prodded the whole set, trying to see if I can change anything, and I found a little area here where I get some variation. This is behind the second detector tube. I don't know if I'm actually changing the amplitude of this signal or if I'm just detuning it. But I'm going to focus my attention here for the time being. I've loosened this plate so I can remove it. And there are several capacitors here that I'm going to replace and check the resistors as well. And I'm going to unplug this for a second and I'll be right back. Okay, I'm back. The other issue I had was this motorized volume control. As I used it, I was getting a lot of static from I assume from the brushes of the motor was being transferred, was producing some noise on the radio as you move the volume up and down, which was kind of irritating. I took the screws off the mount so I could move this around, and I got behind here and changed several capacitors, and that seemed to help a lot. That really dampened the noise out so that volume control can work now without creating a lot of noise as it goes up and down. The other thing I've been doing is checking the values of these capacitors as I'm working my way through, and surprisingly most of them are holding up their values. They're pretty close to spec. There are a couple, like this one I replaced, that was over 20% out, and this one needs to be replaced as power resistor, but I don't have one right now. I'll have to get one. I noticed that replacing this one, this is the one of the audio amp tubes, this one and this one down here, actually increased the volume quite a bit on the set just by replacing this resistor. So as I'm also having to replace some of these wires as I'm working my way through because they're falling apart. So I'm going to continue to work through. I'm going to replace some more capacitors in this area and see if I can get rid of that hum. I've also ordered a new mixer oscillator tube that I'm going to try to swap out and see if maybe that has something to do with it. But I'll come back after these are done and we'll see if that makes a difference. The progress is slowing a little bit as I find myself having to rewire more and more of this set. You can see this insulation is just terrible. Philco did a lot of good things, but this wasn't one of them. So I was hoping to try to avoid rewiring most of the set, but it looks like that's kind of a pipe dream. I may have to rewire almost this whole thing. Just a lot of just time consuming and nitpicky, but it has to be done, so it's just kind of slowing me down. Okay, this is what I'm trying to figure out. These are the noises I get. The amplitude kind of goes down as I go down in the band, but I get that loud humming several times across here, and I'm trying to find out the source of that.